Oh, alright. Let's do it. Welcome back to the 7 a.m. podcast at Unverse. This is episode number 24. Again, you can listen to us both on iTunes and YouTube. The shorter version will be on iTunes, and the longer version is on YouTube. Plus, if you do want to skip over the soccer talk when we're talking about leagues, when I'm talking about what's going on in the world of soccer, you can just go to the description box below. There'll be a time frame, a time slot. I don't know. There'll be a time where you can click and just skip to our other parts of the podcast where we talk extra stories or something. Well, I talk extra stories. Again, this is all my opinion and stuff. So please, if you'd like to, I'm always up for conversation. So just comment what you think on every topic, and we'll get into a little one-on-one thing. I don't know. It'll work out. Trust me. Anyways, that is what's up with the 7 a.m. podcast. And just to get things started, we're gonna warm up with some league action, what's going on in the world of football, what happened in the past weekend with our teams. Let's go to Spain and see how we're doing over here. So, top 6 teams right now: Levante with 21 points, Real Madrid in 5th with 23 points, in 4th Deportivo Alaves with 24, Atletico Madrid in 3rd with 25, Sevilla in 2nd with 27, and Barcelona once again get that number 1 spot with 28 points. I want to tell you how all this happened real quick. Last games. See, I'll mention all the games, so let's talk about. So, Friday, November 30th, Rayo Vallecano wins 1-0 against Eibar. Saturday, December 1st. Yeah, it's December, right? New month. It's the last month of the year. Come on. Let's finish strong. Celta Vigo, 2-0 with Huesca. Real Valladolid lose 2-4 against Leganes. Getafe wins 3-0 against Espanyol. And Real Madrid win 2-0 against Valencia. Sunday, December 2nd. Real Betis wins 1-0 against Real Sociedad. Girona and Atletico Madrid tie 1-1. Barcelona win 2-0 against Villarreal. Deportivo Alaves and Sevilla tie 1-1. There you see how Barcelona got that number 1 spot. And then just Monday, December 3rd, Levante played against Atletico Club 3-0, but that's already another week for them, So you can see that, or no, actually they just made up their time, so good for them. Good for them. Serie A, moving on to Italy. Serie A, got top 6 teams. Torino in 6th with 21, Lazio in 5th with 24, AC Milan in 4th with 25, Inter Milan in 3rd with 29, Napoli in 2nd with 32, and Juventus is in 1st with 40 points. Well, I can hear my headphones, my dog barking, so you might be able to hear that as well. She's barking at something, They always gotta be barking at something. It's alright. So, moving on to the matches. Juventus is still dominating. It looks like they're gonna be taking this with a landslide. I don't see them struggling or falling down even at the second goal. Saturday, December 2nd, we had Spal 2013 tied with Empoli. 2-2. Fiorentina lose 0-3 against Juventus. Sampdoria win 4-1 against Bologna. And on Sunday, December 2nd, AC Milan win 2-1 against Parma Calcio. Sassuolo and Udinese tie 0-0. Frosinone and Cagliari 1-1. Torino 2-1 against Genoa. Chievo Verona and Lazio tie 1-1. And Roma and Inter Milan tie 2-2. And then Monday, December 3rd, we just had Atlanta lose to Napoli 1-2. Yeah, this is the first time. Well, compared to like last season, Juventus is doing really well. Seems like they're gonna win once again. Dominant team, man, and good for Ronaldo that he leaves, and and not surprisingly, but I mean you can see that Juventus actually is performing better. Might be because Ronaldo, might be some other factors, who knows, but it's right there, man. It's right there. So, Bundesliga, going to Germany. Top 6 teams here. In 6th, Hoffenheim with 21 points. Frankfurt in 5th with 23. Bayern München in 4th with 24. Leipzig in 3rd with 25. And Borussia Mönchengladbach with 26 points in 2nd. And Borussia Dortmund in 1st with 33. Still undefeated for them. Although they do have 3 draws. So, there's that. And I mean, just surprised that Bayern Munich is down in 4th. I mean, even if Borussia Dortmund wasn't 1st, I would think they'd be in they would be in 2nd place, like maybe 3 points away off of them or 4. But to be at a gap like that, like I want to say 3 games difference maybe. It's a little crazy for the champs. They are the champs, right? Yeah, they are. They're the champs. They won last season. So, moving on to what happened for the Germans. December 1st, Hannover 96 lose 0-2 against Hertha Berlin. Werder Bremen lose 1-2 against Bayern Munich. Stuttgart wins 1-0 against Augsburg. Borussia Dortmund wins 2-0 against Freiburg. Hoffenheim and Schalke 4 tie 1-1. Sunday, December 2nd, Leipzig wins 2-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And Frankfurt lose 1-2 against Wolfsburg. Monday, December 3rd, Nuremberg and Bayer Leverkusen tie 1-1. Anna. League 1, France. Top 4 teams here. I just want to mention that Marseille is in 5th with 26, but the top 4 teams here are Lille with 27, Lyon with 28, Montpellier with 29, and PSG are still dominating with 43 points, even though their winning streak has ended. So, for me, a winning streak is if you always win, right? If you don't lose or you don't tie. And just this last game, they finally tied a game. They didn't lose, but they tied a game. Still losing their winning streak to me. Let's see how it all went down. So, Saturday, December 1st, Lille and Lyon tied 2-2. Lyon wins 3-0 against Amiens. Monaco loses 1-2 against Montpellier. Guingamp and Nice tie 0-0. Angers and Caen tie 1-1. Sunday, December 2nd, Toulouse and Dijon tie 2-2. Marseille and Reims tie 0-0. Man, there's a lot of draws in the French league. Rennes lose 1-4 against Strasbourg, and Bordeaux ties 2-2 with PSG. There you have it. PSG finally lose their winning streak, so hey, I knew they couldn't keep it up perfect, right? Still undefeated though, they haven't lost. Moving on to Premier League. Top 5 teams here. We have, sadly to say, just before anything, sadly to say that my Manchester United is 7th with 22 points, but alright, moving on. 5th, Tottenham with 30 points. In 4th, Arsenal with 30 points. In 3rd, Chelsea with 31 points. In 2nd, Liverpool with 36 points. And in 1st, Manchester City with 38 points. It's close, man. It's close. The champs are winning, though. So let's see what went down here in I don't know if I mentioned Friday's games, but Saturday, December 1st, Crystal Palace wins 2-0 against Burnley. Newcastle lose 0-3 against West Ham. Manchester City wins 3-1 against Bournemouth. Leicester City wins 2-0 against Watford. Brighton wins 2-1 against Huddersfield. Southampton and Manchester United tie 2-2. Come on, Red Devils. December 2nd, Chelsea wins 2-0 against Fulham. Arsenal wins 4-2 against Tottenham. And Liverpool win 1-0 against Everton. And there we have it for the leagues. As far as I can see, we can see Borussia is going to come close in Germany. It's going to come close. Whether they can win it or not, keep it up. But yeah, Spain's going to be a close one. Germany's going to be close. France, PSG is going to win it. They're going to run away with it. I think Juventus is going to run away with it as well. In Italy and in Premier League, it's going to be pretty close as well. So, 3 interesting things going on in 3 leagues. 2 of them, not so much, but congratulations to them. They're doing great, and that's all we got for this. Welcome back to the Summy M podcast. This is episode number 24. And remember, you can always listen to a shorter version on iTunes, and you can listen to the longer version on YouTube. Where on YouTube, you can always check out the description box below if you don't want to talk. If you don't want to listen to soccer talk, you can always just skip it. I'm going to talk about some other stuff. So if I want to say more pop culture things interest you, then skip over to that. But, even though it is soccer talk, I mean, you're still hanging out around with me, Still got me. So, that's good. Anyways, we're moving on with soccer talk with a couple of stories. And, this past week, it was, I think it was in the weekend. It was Ballon d'Oro. It was Ballon d'Oro time. And man, were the after effects brutal, right? I think they were kind of brutal. So if you didn't watch, for all my football fans out there, if you guys didn't watch it, or don't know yet, you should know by now, but if you don't, top three players were Griezmann, Ronaldo, and Luka Modric on top. That was in order, by the way. Luka Modric won once again. Well, not once again, but he won the Ballon d'Oro. He ended what they called the Ronaldo-Messi duopoly. I'm guessing that's like the amount of time that Ronaldo and Messi had dominated, who always were first and second, And this time, Messi didn't even make it in the top 3. He didn't even make it in the top 3. He ended not even in the top 4. He was 5th, with Mbappe being 4th. So, let's talk a little bit about what happened in the show. First and foremost, 2 seats were vacant in the Ballon d'Oro. And if you can guess, those who were responsible of it was Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo, he probably had a feeling, like, I'm not gonna win it this year. I'm probably gonna come close, but I'm not gonna win it. Why show up, right? I'm not gonna win. Why show up? I only show up when I win something, when I get the prize handed to me, right? And Messi, maybe he felt the same. Maybe he felt like, I'm probably not going to get like top 3 this time, which is crazy. It's crazy because I thought people loved Messi so much. Like they would just put him on there, But no, it was completely different. But just like the other awards, the UEFA awards, they didn't show up. And Messi even pulled off like a little, I want to say like a snub. And he posted like what he was doing. He was hanging out with his family, his 2 kids, which isn't bad, right? He's hanging out with his kids. That's good. It's hard for somebody of celebrity status to do that, especially a football player. I don't know. I don't know if it is. But he was hanging out with them. I think he was watching the awards with his kids. So when he posted it on Twitter, but I don't think there was no need to post it. You know, maybe in your story if you had Instagram, but I think if you put it on Twitter, you're trying to get some attention. Like look what I'm doing, right? But yeah, that's how the results went, and I'll talk about some after effects that happened with Ronaldo's family and his friends. Well, they weren't too happy. They weren't too happy that Luka Modric won again. And just like last time in the UEFA awards, they had to go to social media. Well, like everybody does. When they have an issue or something they want to... Like, I get into your opinions and stuff. But, you know, like the old saying, if you got nothing nice to say, if you got nothing positive to say, just don't say anything at all, right? But they didn't feel that way, so they went to social media. I mean, they felt that way, and they went to social media and started, like, let me quote one of the sisters. One of the sisters who is 39 years old. All right? She's 39 years old. And she's saying these things. I'm going to quote this stuff. So she said, what was her name? Her name was... I don't know her name. But... So something like, Alma Aveiro. Unfortunately, this is a world that lives on corruption, the mafia, and fucking money. I ain't gonna censor that. That's straight up uncensored. It says God's power is greater than all of this rotting. God may take his time, but he doesn't fail. And then one of his other sisters started like putting pictures of him, you know, holding the Ballon d'Or that he won before, and just this one wasn't so bad. She just said best player in the world or something. But his close friend Miguel Pacho also expressed his dismay. He said, "It's absolutely incredible that what they've done this year. This is a great lack of respect towards the person who has really done the most to once again be considered the best. Many will say I'm only saying this because he is a friend, but no, it's more than that. I am a fair person and don't forget facts. There are facts that speak for themselves. The truth is that nobody scored more in the 2017-28 season than Ronaldo with 54 official goals. He was the top scorer in the Champions League for the 6th year in a row with 15 goals. He won the Champions League, the Club World Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Supercopa de España, while scoring decisive goals. He was the man of the most notable and memorable moment of the World Cup, the hat-trick against Spain. He became the first player in the world to score in the final stages of 9 consecutive major international tournaments. He became the first player in the world to move past the 400 goals mark in the top 5 European leagues. He scored the best goal of the year and probably the best goal in the history of the Champions League in Turin, when still with Real Madrid. Out of all the Ballon d'Or candidates, nobody is having such a good start to the season with goals, assists, and great performances. There are no arguments against these facts. One other thing is true, that they'll have to put up with the best ever for a long time yet. The story continues. And then he also posted a series of hashtags expressing his pride of Ronaldo's achievements. Hashtag GOAT, hashtag best in the world, hashtag Juventus, hashtag Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if those were the hashtags, but I mean, he stated facts. Those are the facts. And, you know, they might be true, but I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe they were. They were. I mean, the players voted for Modric, didn't they? I mean, it's the captains who vote for them and the coaches. I think how it works to voting. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure if it was FIFA, they would probably give it to Ronaldo. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Maybe they just saw heart in the kid. Luka Modric. Some young, some kid who took Croatia, a team you don't really see ever in like the World Cup finals, to the finals. Plus he was part of a Real Madrid team that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. I mean, sort of Ronaldo, but I mean, I don't know. Big question is, is this where the what are we calling it earlier, duopoly of Messi and Ronaldo will stop, or is he just like stopping it for a while and then it's gonna come back, next year? They're gonna come back strong next year, like he even said it, the story continues, right? So maybe Messi's story doesn't end either. I mean, he's younger than Ronaldo, so maybe his story doesn't end either. It continues as well. Maybe this will push him more to make him realize, hey, we're not the best in the world all the time. Let's get our shit together, right? But yeah, that was a little bit of some hate controversy with Ronaldo's friends and sisters and stuff. But let's talk a little bit about Kylian Mbappe winning the Copa Trophy. He was happy about it. I mean, showed that he said that it showed how great he played, how great of a season, how great of a year he had last year. With winning, what was it? France League, France Cup. He won the World Cup. But he helped win the World Cup. I mean, he got a couple of awards here and there as well. Like being the youngest player or being youngest player. I mean, this one also proved that he's only 19. He's gonna turn 20, so he's got more to give. And I mean, he just said, you know what? Next year is gonna be a year for me to grab everything, take everything for myself, all the trophies and all the awards. So I mean, yo, bro, I look forward to seeing that. See if you can make history if you do that. You're still young, you got more hunger to give, so I mean, good luck with that stuff, man. Seriously. You're a great player, so good luck out there, brother. Think like if he was watching this fight. What else? He came fourth like I said earlier, he came fourth, so he beat Messi. That's good, right? That's good. He came a close third. I want to talk a little bit about Graceman though. He came in third, and I mean he had a great year too, man. If I remember, Atletico Madrid won. What did they win? I think they won a cup on Spain. I want to say they won Europa League. He won also the World Cup with France. I don't know how far they made it in the Champions League, but I mean he had a good season as well. I mean a good year, I want to say. He had a good year as well and season. So I mean he was saying, what do I have to do to win a Ballon d'Or? I mean, maybe win Champions League, bro. I mean maybe that's the thing. I mean, Luka Modric won Champions League. He didn't win the World Cup. I don't know. I mean, just show heart, bro. Just show heart. I think. And I mean, just because like I said, it's to win Ballon d'Or, it's all based. I want to say it's based on the captains of each team, and it's based on the coaches. So it's not really like the FIFA in general. It's the actual players and coaches. So if you can show them that you deserve it, then I mean, because I think he had more accomplishments than Luka Modric. I want to say maybe, I don't know. I'm not so sure, but it seems like it. So it's like if it was again something that involves higher people in the company, then maybe he would have been a close second, and Ronaldo would have won. Who knows? I'm just saying, based on facts, based on statistics and stuff. Just like what's his name, Ronaldo's friend said. So, but I mean, when they asked him what's more important, Ballon d'Or or World Cup, I mean, he still answered World Cup, which I can agree, just because it's every 4 years, where Ballon d'Or is every other year. You have more chances of winning Ballon d'Or, whereas you have in a World Cup. I mean, look at that. France, the last year they won, it was 98. And before 2018, that is. So it shows you that it's not easy winning a World Cup. It's not easy at all. Ballon d'Or, I mean, like I said, if you show the players and coaching staff, they'll probably they you deserve it, then you could probably win it. So I just wanted to get that cleared out there with what Griezmann was saying. So. Alright, and last thing, I mean, it's not so big, it's just the Puskas award I want to talk about is Bale was surprised that Salah won it. Why not him? His over the head kick was better, and we already talked about it on a previous episode where we agreed. I agree. How did Salah win it? Sure, it was with his left foot and it was quite distance, but I mean, Bale shot it with his left foot as well. I believe his was preferred as his left foot, so it's a little bit easier for him. But still, a goal like that, what he did was deserves an award like that. But I mean, Bale was just surprised. I think he said a couple of things, but we're not gonna get too much into it, just because we've already talked about it as well. So that's it. I'm just gonna keep it as Ballon d'Or talk. I just wanted to talk about some stuff, quick things. What happened? Congratulations to Luka Modric. I think he deserves it. I mean, it's not a bad choice. Kid shows heart. From a team like Croatia, you never expected him to win. I never expected him to go to the finals. So there's that. And I mean, just to be there, just to take a team like Croatia to the finals, it's an incredible feat. Winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row, but it just goes down to what happened last year. So yeah, it's a good choice though. Good choice. That's soccer talk for you guys. So we'll see what goes on. I'm pretty sure some stuff other stuff went on, but I just wanted to keep this strictly Ballon d'Or. So yeah, I got like a couple things I want to know about real quick, real fast. I just want to say that just recently a 9-year-old boy ends a snowball fight ban. So what this is a young boy named Dane Best lobbied to convince the leaders of his northern Colorado town to overturn a nearly century-old ban on snowball fights. Best gave a speech during the town board meeting on Monday night, and the leaders voted unanimously to overturn the ban. So it's crazy to think that, I mean, it's not that crazy, I understand, for like a place to, like a town to ban snowball fights. But, I mean, when you're young and it snows, that's what you want to do. You want to have snowball fights with your friends, with your buddies. It's a perfect chance to invite those who you don't like, and then you can throw snowballs at them in their face, right? I'm just kidding. I don't condone any violence like that, but no. But in all seriousness, I mean, I remember growing up, snowball fights were a thing over here where we live. I mean, it's a small town where I live, and I remember back then, and I don't see it much these days. Maybe it's just because I'm older and I don't pay attention to it. But I mean, I barely see kids playing outside. But I remember back in the day, used to go out all the time, and I didn't even want to. I wanted to start that thing where nobody goes outside, right? But I had a brother, and he wanted to. He always convinced me to go outside. Him and his buddies and stuff, and I didn't really want to. But I remember we would get into a couple snowball fights, and yeah, I mean it's fun, just in general that in that moment you could just grab something and chuck it at someone because you can't normally do that. If you do that with a rock, it's gonna hurt them. It's really gonna hurt them. Snowballs. I mean, sure in the face, if you get hit in the face, it'll like sting a little. But I mean, if you get hit like right anywhere in the other body part, you're not gonna. Some body parts might hurt you, but for the majority of part, it won't hurt. It's just gonna explode, and it's fun. It's kind of fun. Even if you get hit in the face, it's just be a man. It's a man's game. It's a boy's game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he saw. The kid wanted to have a snowball fight with his buddies, and it wasn't allowed. It was banned, but he was able to convince them. To allow it, and now they're gonna have fun this winter. Trust me, they will. Gonna be a couple kids crying, but it's gonna be fun. And speaking of kids, 7-year-old boy on YouTube is now the highest earner with $22 million. I think he had like 20 billion views on his, he has 20 billion views on his videos, and that allowed him to get 22 million with ads and stuff. That's crazy. It makes you realize, like, for those who went to colleges and universities, you pay so much money. And for a degree, and now you're like struggling to pay your loans, your student loans, right? Because you don't just graduate and get a job instantly. So if you're lucky, you might, but that normally doesn't happen. What normally happens is you still got to go get a job to while you find a job. While you find a job that you were in your degree, that you got your degree in, and you still got to pay your bills. You still got to pay your student loans, and you're trying to meet ends meet, right? So it makes you think, like, there's people out there doing that, and this kid out here is he's not even in like. He's not even paying for his school lunch, but maybe he is now. But he's making like $22 million. I don't know how many videos he posts, but I mean, his videos are of reviewing toys. So maybe imagine if they're daily, right? He buys a new toy, reviews it, 22 million people watch it, billion people watch it, right off the bat, $22 million right there. What if he's making like 5 videos, a month, and they're sending them like each video sending them $22 million, right? It's insane. It's crazy to think about it. If at this point in your life you were thinking like, man, what am I doing in my life? Look at this kid, 7 years old, and he's already doing something with his life. Man, it's like, I just want to hurry up and have a kid. And can't wait for him to grow up. And then just set up his account and then just tell him, hey, just review this, People are going to watch you, trust me. It's insane. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about, But hey, he got lucky, man. He's doing something at least. He at least. I wouldn't want to say lucky. I just want to say, he's at least he just said, one day, I'm gonna review my toys and just put it online, whatever. And Look at the end results. Amazing, right? Still putting the work though, right? He's still putting the work. Pretty sure he's still editing. Unless he keeps it raw footage. Who knows? But anyway, moving on. Can you imagine that? I just want to say, like, before I move on. I know I'm still moving on, but before I move on. When I was a kid, when I was 7 years old, I wonder if... I mean, I always had this thing where I was like, you know, I wanna do something. I wanna create something, right? Maybe I should have been making videos, you know, got in my parents' camera or something. But you know, I was poor back then. Like I couldn't get any of that stuff. We couldn't really afford any of that stuff until I started working and getting my own money, getting my own cash. I was able to buy the equipment I needed for this stuff. You know, my camera, the mics, the laptops, the audio interfaces. I don't know how he's doing it, man. I don't know how he's doing it. I wonder how his audio is. I just check out one of his videos. I'm gonna check out one of his videos. I'm gonna check out one of his reviews. Cause but then at the same time, it's like I don't like it. It's crazy. I don't know. All right, so I'm a huge fan of Netflix shows. I love the Netflix original stuff, whether it's movies or shows. And I was into the, you know, when I saw the Netflix was collaborating with Marvel, making shows, Marvel Netflix shows, I was all excited. You know, even especially with the heroes being like the not the major heroes, you know, like not the Spider-Mans, not the Iron Mans, not the Thors, but the smaller guys, you know, like Iron Fist, Daredevil. I wanted to honestly see a couple of X-Men ones right there, and I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there was Jessica Jones, there was Iron Fist, there was Daredevil, there was Luke Cage, and honestly, I liked them all. I liked every one of those shows, and even the Defenders, you know, when they all collaborated, and they were good shows, honestly. And I think critics and reviews even had positive feedback on them. I don't think there was anything negative about them. Like, not one show was negative. But just recently this year, I started seeing that Iron Fist was canceled. Then Luke Cage. And then season 3 of Daredevil just came out. And not so long ago. Maybe like 2 months ago. And just recently they just announced that they were going to cancel the Daredevil one as well. So I'm thinking Jessica Jones will probably put out a 4th season, I mean. And I have a feeling that'll be it. I want to say it has something to do with Disney having their own platform now. Next year, I think they're going to launch it, Disney Plus. And they're going to pull out everything that's on Netflix that has anything to do with like stuff they own, so like Marvel stuff. They're going to pull that away. And I don't think Marvel will be able to put anything of that stuff in. And they're going to have all those everything, all movies, all shows on Disney Plus. Because Disney's like that, you know. They're oh my god, Disney and Nintendo should be like best friends. But yeah, I was disappointed to see that they were canceled. Just because they were good. And you obviously saw that they wanted to continue it. Because they left with cliffhangers at the end of each show. And it's just sad, you know. I'm disappointed. It's just sad, especially for I'm saying, positive feedback, positive reviews, and to just be canceled like that is such a disappointment. And I don't think they're gonna continue that. I don't have a feeling they're gonna continue that on Disney Plus just because they were a little bit grotesque, they were a little gruesome, they were a little bit more for the mature audience, or more adult people. And Disney, I don't think Disney's about that, you know. I don't think they want to show any of that stuff. So I don't think they're gonna. It'd be great if they did continue it, you know, on Disney Plus, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll probably subscribe to it or something, you know. But I don't see that happening. Not at all. Not with these shows. Especially with like Punisher and Daredevil and even Jessica Jones. I was like, really, a lot of sex there. Disney's like for kids, so I don't think they're gonna do anything. They're not gonna have those shows at all. No way, no way. But yeah, I mean, it's now they're gonna leave you're gonna leave fans. You're gonna leave fans wondering, like, man, what could have happened? What could have been of these shows? So that's just the thing for me. I hate when that happens, because when you make something, when you create something, it's like you always have to finish it through. You always have to finish. You can't leave it hanging like that. It's just, it doesn't feel right. It's like if an artist was making an album and he just said, halfway through he's like, fuck it, just leave it at that. Or if you go to the movies and then, the director was like, what, fuck the ending, just leave it at that. We'll leave them at a cliffhanger and then we won't make a sequel or anything like that. Which, honestly, it's happened before, and it just, oh man, it gets me mad, because it's like, just finish it, man. Just finish it through, dude. It's like you playing a video game, and then you don't even bother finishing it, or watching a movie and you just don't bother finishing it. Like, that's just disrespect to the audience, the people who are paying to see this, or paying to play this. It's disrespectful to the creators, because they wanted to finish something, but these higher people, the people in charge of it, are just like, nah, just no, stop. And it's like, I just want to punch him, man, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it, and that's what it is. It makes me mad. It just makes me like a little bit gets me a little bit mad. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Disney. We'll see what happens with Disney Plus, if they're gonna continue these shows. But again, like I said, I don't expect it to. And that's everything for the Some EM podcast. That's all I got for this episode. This is episode number 24. Once again, it's episode number 24. And I mean, real quick, short ones. Shouldn't be too long, but nothing much going on. So, there is a lot of things going on, but we're gonna keep it at that. So, if you got any opinions, you got any thoughts, want to talk about stuff, mention some things like, well, that's crazy, 7-year-old boy, he's a millionaire already. Any thoughts on Marvel's, Netflix, shows canceling? Feel free to leave everything and all your thoughts in the comments down below, in the comment section below. Comment down. Make sure to like, comment. It's so weird. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stuff. All right, and weekly podcast episodes coming out for you guys. And eventually, I want to answer questions. You give out some questions, some thoughts, get people involved with the Suddenly In podcast. I want to get people involved with that. So yeah, please just interact. Thank you. And remember, always go for no. This is your host, Adrian. Stay tuned for more stuff to come out. I'm gonna start live streaming once again, so don't worry. I'm just getting started. I'm trying to schedule everything up. I said I had Tuesdays and then I had Saturdays, but then I'm probably gonna have to do every other day that I'm off. So schedule always changes. It's the scheduling problems. My schedule always changes, so we'll try to figure things out. We'll try to bring back the live streams and find the right time for it. I want to try to find the right time for it. So stay tuned, though. I'm thinking of other content as well, so to put out. So yeah, peace out.